I mean, he's been doing this for a while now, and I love about it is such an efficient night. 17 shots, 30 points, made 12 of them. Didn't take any, a bunch of threes, but got to the line. Thought he had some really good, smart possessions too. Just kind of took his time and didn't rush anything. And seemingly when we needed him or somebody to make a shot, he was the guy to do it. So it was fun to watch.
And how did you see your young guys respond in big opportunities with Shannon, Dillingham, and Jalen?
I thought they were all really good. They all scrapped. I mean, Jalen was awesome. He just impacts winning. I mean, he was. I don't know how many minutes straight he played, but I wasn't going to take him out of the game. He was just doing such an amazing job of setting the tone on the ball and got the big steal. Kind of was a little bit of a momentum swing for us. Shot the ball pretty, real well actually. Rob really recovered from a tough start. I was happy for that. He kind of came out super aggressive to try to get himself going, which we need him to do. And then when we put him back in the fourth, we just needed a couple minutes of defense from him. He found that. So.
Has Rob kind of reinstilled this team's identity? I mean, not Rob, sorry, Jalen. Jalen kind of reinstilled this team's identity in some way, shape, or form? I don't know. You just talked about him. I don't know.
I mean, a little bit. I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think, just when you have one more guy who can guard like he can guard, it just gives us, I guess, more, just makes us tougher all the way around. So, but, we just like his scrappiness and his intelligence right now. So,
with Jaden, I mean, you mentioned the lack of threes. Like he only took one. It seems like he's playing offense with like the same tenacity that he's played defense with for much of his career. I mean, where do you think that's come from? Has he always kind of had that? Has it just been a switch that's flipped?
I think it's one of those things when you do it and you prove it to yourself that you can do it. I think there's a kind of a peace and a calmness that comes over you. You don't have to, be so emotional about it. Whether the shot goes in or doesn't go in. I think he feels like he can get to his offense now, and that gives him great confidence. So he's pretty attack-minded that way.
And it seemed like in the fourth when Nas got going, Portland wanted to try to keep the ball out of his hands, but he got the ball in like 5 different ways.
Yeah.
Just like, are those things that you guys have had?
I mean, some of them were just, some of them are just, little sets that we have to get him the ball, but he was pretty relentless in his pursuit of it. Man, we knew we had to try to get. Coming out of halftime, I felt like we needed to get Nas involved somehow, and with all the switching and stuff that they were doing, it was a little tough to find him, with the upcourt pressure. So he went and found himself, which is good. So.
Fitting that Nas gave fans a little something on his bobblehead night.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I've been asked to get that bobblehead by about 500 people, so.
Finch, one thing that was really kind of eye-opening was just how involved the bench, even guys that weren't playing, were in this game. How much does that help a team when players that are getting forced into that position are getting feedback and coaching from, like Edwards, Conley, Randall?
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone sees the work that these guys put in. There's 17 players on a roster these days. That's a lot. Most people play 9 guys, maybe 10, some even less. So there's a lot of guys who go in big parts of the season and don't play. And, but the work is still there. And when these guys get their chance, everyone realizes how maybe it was their journey too, that they had to wait, and when they got their chance, so it's only fitting that you get a lot of support from your teammates, and then obviously a lot of coaching alongside. Let's just hope it's the right things they're saying to them. So.
You guys have struggled in so-called clutch situations for most of the season. Last 2 fourth quarters, you've outscored them 73-30.
Yeah.
Does that happen? I mean, that's got to be turning defense into offense.
Yes,
which you haven't really done. Even when you were great defensively last year, you didn't really turn it into defense as much.
Yeah, I think
offense as much.
No doubt about it. Like, we've always been best when we're able to close with our defense. We just have been. The last couple games have been an example of that. And then the added bonus is all the offense that we've been able to generate. I think the last couple games I've been really happy. We've been able to kind of use the clock smart, make shots at the end of it, really cut down the possessions of the game at that point in time. We got fouled with a second left. I think Keel hits us at corner 3 deep in the shot clock. These types of things are huge when you're trying to, manage and finish out clutch games.
Chris, Naz and Jaden are close, just
Yes.
as friends and been together for a while here.
Yeah.
How have you kind of just seen the two of them grow together? And it
started. I mean, they've been close since I got here, but it really started in the summers. They would spend the summers here. They almost never went anywhere. They would stay here through the summer. They'd work out all the time together. Luka was in that mix for a while too. Then there was, they would, then they kind of came of age and at about the same time on the floor too. So they were like parallel paths, and it's neat to see.
And then with Rudy, who you were talking about earlier, it seemed like before he came here, there was kind of like one real style of play that he was playing in Utah that he was effective in, and not, I mean, tonight a different group and different styles. How have you seen him just kind of be able to acclimate to more lineups and styles of play? Yeah,
I think it's something that we preached to him from the time he got here. Like we said, we have to be able to do different things with both sides of the ball. What you've done, what you did in Utah was amazing. 60 wins. It's phenomenal. But the versatility and the flexibility in the playoffs are what you have to have, and you have to be able to kind of just be adaptable enough through the regular season, and he's been great at that. He really has. Like, I think initially it felt weird for him, but now he's pretty comfortable in a lot of things. So.
Coach, how important is it for these guys that don't get the regular minutes to actually get this experience in the rotation, and then when the other guys come back, that experience can help them moving forward for the season?
Yeah, I think it's immensely experience. It's immense to have this amount of experience in these games, and playing meaningful minutes. Let's say, right? And depth helps you in several ways. It can help you by playing a deep rotation, or it can help you by when you have injuries. Guys come in and step in and next man up type of stuff. So. Obviously we found some guys that we think can continue to play when we get completely healthy. So the rotation will lengthen a little bit, but we're not going to be able to play everybody plus everybody coming back. That's just not reality.